Hi Silem stars, you're welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, then you're welcome to my channel. My name is Silem. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make this lovely wrap peplum top. So if you want to see how we make this lovely top with puff sleeves, then definitely keep on watching.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there.
So we're going to start off with drafting the back piece of our wrap top. So I've just marked the baseline at the top of my paper. From that baseline, I'm marking the armhole line, which is 8 inches. And then I'm marking the bust point 12 inches, under bust 15 inches. Okay. And then the half length is 18 inches, which is also the waistline. So now I'm going ahead to label all the lines. CL means chest line or armhole line. Okay. So now at the baseline there, I'm just dividing the shoulder measurements by 2, and then I'm marking that, and then I'm adding half inch allowance. Okay. Now I'm going to mark that same thing I marked on the shoulder. I'm going to mark that on the chest line and then connect that to the line on the shoulder. Now for the width of my neckline, I'm using 2.5 inches. That's the width of the neckline. And for the neck depth, I'm using 1.5 inches. I'm just going to connect both points with a curve to create the back neckline. Now from the shoulder, I'm going to come down by 1 inch and then I'm going to mark that point. I'm going to connect that point to the neck width to create my shoulder slope. Now to get the armhole curve, I'm just going to measure the distance from that shoulder slope to the chest line, and I'm going to divide what I have by 2, mark that point, and then I'm going to go in at that point by half an inch. Okay. Now I'm just going to go ahead and connect that like so. So just draw the armhole curve like so. Now on the chest line, I'm going to divide the bust circumference by 4, mark that, and then I'm going to add 2 inches allowance to that. On the waistline, I'm dividing the waist circumference by 4, marking that, and then I'm adding 2 inches allowance to that waistline as well. Then I'm going to connect both points with a straight line. So I'm just indicating that that is the fold, and then I'm going ahead to cut my back piece. So this is what we have. This is the back piece. Okay. Now for the front piece, you're going to place your back piece on top of a wider piece of paper. Now I'm just cutting that same half length for the front piece. Okay. And I'm also cutting the sides as well. I'm cutting the armhole curve, and I'm also cutting the shoulder slope. Now from that neckline, I'm just going to draw a straight line. Okay. So this is how you want your piece to be. All right. Now you're going to measure what you have on your waistline there. So just measure what you have on that back piece. So whatever you have there, make sure that you have that as an extra piece on the front piece. I hope that makes sense. So make sure that you have, that extra, that same measurement extra on your front piece. Now from the shoulder, I'm just going to mark how deep I want my neckline to be for the front. I just mark that, and then I'm going to use my ruler to connect from the neck width to that point that I marked. Okay, like so. And then from the hem, I'm going to go up by 2 inches. I'm going to mark that, and then I'm just going to draw a curve to connect that to the neckline with a curve. Just make sure that you don't have any sharp points. Make sure that everything is nice and curved, and then I'm just going to cut that out like so. So that's it for our front piece. So easy. Okay, so easy. So I'm just going to take out the back piece now, and then obviously I'm going to label that this is the front piece. I'm going to be cutting 2 pieces of this front piece. Now I've gone ahead to cut my pieces on my fabric and on my lining. Make sure you cut your back piece on fold, don't forget, and the front piece you're going to cut 2 pieces of the pattern on your fabric and 2 pieces on your lining. Now this is my back piece for my fabric and my front piece for my fabric as well. So I'm just going ahead now to measure the hem parts. Okay, I'm just measuring the hem, I'm also adding the final front piece as well. I'm also going to continue measuring the hem. The reason why I'm measuring the hem is because I want to use the measurement I get to cut my peplon. Remember that this is a wrap peplon top, okay? So you want the peplon to go all the way around the wrap. So now for my peplon, I'm just making a 180-degree circle, okay? So I just folded my fabric diagonally like so. I folded my paper rather diagonally like so. And then that measurement I got, I divided it by 4. All right. So the measurement I got when I measured the hem of, my wrap top, I just simply divided it by 4. And then I'm using that to just cut my paper, as you can see right now. And then I also marked the length I wanted for my peplon. And I'm going to be using this now to cut the peplon for my top. Now for the sleeve, the length of my sleeve is 24 inches. I simply added half inch for allowance. Now from the base, I'm just marking 5 inches right there, and then I'm just extending that line. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to divide the round sleeve circumference by 2, mark that, and I added 1.5 inches seam allowance. At the bottom part of this sleeve, I'm just taking 10 inches and then I added half inch to that. Now from that round sleeve point I marked, I just raised a diagonal line up to where I have that fold to the top of the paper as well. Now I'm just dividing that line by 2. That's that diagonal line. I divided it by 2 because it's going to guide me to draw the curve of my sleeve. So I'm just going to draw a curve now from the top to that center point, and then from the center point again all the way I'm going to draw a curve to that round sleeve line. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and just cut that out. Now this is the lace fabric that I'm going to be using for my sleeve, so I just folded it into 4. So I folded it twice, and then I'm placing my pattern, and then I'm just cutting it out. All right, just following the pattern that I have. So now I'm just indicating that this is the sleeve, and I'm going to be cutting the sleeve on fold. I'll be cutting 2 pieces of the sleeve. Okay, now I'm placing the lining and the fabric of my back piece right sides facing. Now I'm going to join them along the neckline and along the sides. Okay, now for the front pieces, these are the front pieces. So I'm just placing the lining on top of the fabric right sides facing. And I'm going to sew along that neckline, and I'm also going to sew by the sides. For the peplon, I'm going to place the peplon right sides facing and then sew at the hem. So after sewing everything, I've gone ahead to turn it now to the right side. This is my front piece and my back piece. Okay, I've turned it now to the right side. This is what it looks like. So you want to go ahead and give it a very good press. All right, and this is my peplon as well. As you can see, I've joined it at the bottom. I joined it at the hem, as you can see. So this is what it looks like after joining it at the hem for the peplon. Now I'm just going to open it up like so, and then I'm going to go ahead and join them by the sides. Okay, remember we joined the hem first. Now we're going to join them by the sides. When you're joining them by the side, make sure that you can see a bit of the fabric while you're looking at the lining. Okay, just so that you're sure that your lining stays inside and doesn't show on the right side. So just go ahead and join the sides for the peplon. After joining the sides, this is what we have here. So just go ahead and give it a very, very good press. Give it a very good press. When you're ironing, make sure that you can see a bit of the fabric while you're looking at the lining. That's very, very important. So you're sure that your lining stays put. Once you're done, just go ahead and top stitch the top part of your peplon. Now I'm going to create a band that I'm going to use as the belt for my wrap. Now I use the fabric to cut this belt. The width is 4 inches and the length of the belt is 35 inches. So I'm just opening up my piece like so. Then I'm just going to place the belt. I'm just going to pin it and join the belt to the piece like so. I'll do the same thing for the other side. So once I've joined it, this is what we have here. Can you see how the belt is joined? So I'm going to flip it now to the wrong side and then sew the belt closed. Okay, so just sew the belt closed. Also sew the end of the belt as well. Now you're going to try to pull out the belt, okay, so that it's nice and neat once you've pulled it out, okay. So you won't even see where the seam is. Can you see how neat it is? So you do that for both front pieces. Now for the back piece, like so, I'm just going to divide my bust circumference by 4. I'm going to mark that. At this point, I'm just marking the actual body measurements. I'm also going to divide my waist circumference by 4. I'm going to mark that on the half length, and then I'm going to connect both points together with a straight line. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and replicate those same markings on the other side as well, just so that it's easier for me to just do that. Now from the bottom, I'm just marking 1 inch upwards. Okay, now I'm going to place my belt just to give me an idea of how wide I want the opening for the belt to be. So my belt is about 1.5 inches. So the opening of my belt on the piece is going to be 2 inches. So I just mark 2 inches upwards. Okay. Now I'm going to sew from the top, stop at the first marking, skip that, start from the second marking, and then sew all the way down. All right. Just to create that hole. Now I'm going to place my front piece and my back piece right sides facing like this. Now I'm going to open up the pieces at the shoulder. So just open them up like so. Just look at what I'm doing. Opening like this. Make sure that they align right at that center. So go ahead and pin them together. Now sew from one end to the other end so that you're sure that you have very seamless joining at the shoulder. Okay. I'm also going to sew the sides as well. So once we're done joining, both the front and back pieces together, this is what we have. Can you see that opening right there? Okay, you can see the opening we have right there, and this is for our belt. So you can just go ahead and sew the allowance by the sides just so that the belt hole stays open. Okay, can you see? So that's what you want to try to do. So now you're going to have to pass this belt through one side. Make sure that you're doing this belt hole on only one side, okay? Only one side. So this is what it's going to look like once you're ready to tie it up. It's going to pass through that hole and then go to the back, and then you can now tie the belt. Now it's time for us to put in our peplum. So I'm just placing my peplum now right sides facing. I'm going to start from where that belt was joined. I'm going to sew all the way to the other end. Okay, go ahead and pipe the allowance so it's nice and neat. So once I've passed my my belt through, this is what I'm going to have. Now mind you, you can also make a 360-degree peplum for your piece. For me, I decided to use a 180-degree peplum. Now I'm just going ahead to make sure that my armhole is wide enough. I felt that it wasn't wide enough, so I just went ahead now to just trim it a bit so that I'm sure that it's wide enough for the arms to pass through. So after trimming, I'm going to add that design you have on the shoulder. So this design, the length is 13 inches and the width is 4 inches. And I also made sure that it was curved around the sides. I cut the same thing for both my fabric and my lining. Now I'm going to go ahead and sew round the curve, just sew all the way around, so joining the fabric and the lining together. Okay, now I'm going to turn it to the right side. You can use your hairstay to make yours to have more structure, but I didn't use any hairstay. Okay, so once you have this turned to the right side, you want to go ahead and give it a very good press so that it's nice and neat. Once you have that done, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to top stitch the top part. Okay, so just top stitch the top part, then fold the piece to get the midpoint. All right, and then go ahead and notch that midpoint. You also want to get the midpoint of your sleeve as well, so also get the midpoint of your sleeve and notch that as well. Now place the midpoint of the design, the sleeve design. Place the midpoint of that sleeve design on the midpoint of the sleeve, and then just go ahead and create little pleats. You can have about 2 or 3 pleats on each side. That's fine. Just go ahead and pin them together. So you do the same thing on the other side as well, and then go ahead and sew them together. Now at the bottom, you're going to fold the bottom piece twice, and then just sew it down. Okay, now you want the space that you sewed to be wide enough for your elastic to pass through. For the length of my elastic, I'm using 8 inches, which is the wrist measurement, and I'm using a half inch wide elastic. Okay, and then I'm going to use a safety pin now to just pass the elastic into that elastic channel that's at the hem of the sleeve. So just gently pass the elastic into that channel and then make sure it comes out at the other side. Now all you have to do is just tack it on both ends so that the elastic doesn't fall back into the channel. Fold the sleeve and then close it up with half inch seam allowance. Now the next thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and add your sleeve to your top. Okay, so just go ahead and sew your sleeve to your top and we're all done. And this is the finished look of our wrap top. Thank you so much for watching. I also have an off-shoulder wrap top tutorial. I'm going to leave the link to that tutorial in the pinned comments down below, so please do check it out. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in my next video. Also, don't forget to register for my online classes. Bye.